you doing, everybody? This is the Pop Music Freak back with another Song Facts Countdown video. I am counting down my 1,000 favorite songs of all time, and we're up to song number 881. It is the first appearance in our countdown by the Beach Boys. The song is California Girls. Now, I have several other Beach Boys songs in this countdown as well, so those of you waiting for the Golden Sunshine tunes of the 60s are in luck. This song has got a huge amount of song facts to it, so this might be a 20-minute one. So grab your breakfast, get a coffee. All right, so here we go. California Girls is a song by the American rock band The Beach Boys from their 1965 album Summer Days and Summer Nights. Written by Brian Wilson and Mike Love, the lyrics detail an appreciation for women across the world and a wish that they all lived in the band's home state, California. It was released as a single backed with Let Him Run Wild and reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was also a top 10 hit in several other countries, becoming one of the band's most successful singles globally. Wilson conceived California Girls during his first acid trip while thinking about women in Western film scores. The song is distinguished for its orchestral prelude, layered vocals, and chromaticism. Wilson later referred to it as a hymn to youth, the Beach Boys' anthem, and his favorite record by the group, although he remained dissatisfied with their vocal performance. It was the band's first recording with touring musician Bruce Johnston, who was not yet an official member of the group. California Girls inspired the Beatles parody back in the USSR, and many songs with similar or identical titles, including Big Star's September Girls, The Magnetic Fields' California Girls, and Katy Perry's California Girls. In 1984, David Lee Roth recorded a cover version that also peaked at number 3 on the charts. In 2010, the Beach Boys recording was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, and in 2011 ranked at number 72 in its list of the greatest songs of all time. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame included it as one of the 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Now, in terms of recording, originally started recording it April 6, 1965, and came back and added some instrumentation to it and brought in the Wrecking Crew on June 4th, 1965 to complete the song. We'll get to the Wrecking Crew because I got a whole list of artists, people that appeared on making this song, playing the instruments and singing. All right, background. Brian Wilson, according to some accounts, was inspired to write California Girls during his first time taking the psychedelic drug LSD, an occasion supervised by his friend Lauren Schwartz. Wilson corroborated on the 2004 documentary Beautiful Dreamer that he had written the song while on his first acid trip. But in the 2021 documentary Long Promised Road, he stated that he wrote the song during a week after the trip when he was sober. In a 2007 interview, Wilson explained that he had gone to his piano and was thinking about the music from cowboy movies. And I sat down and started playing it, and bum-da-bee-da, bum-ba-dee-da. I did that for about an hour. I got these chords going. Then I got this melody. It came pretty fast after that. He said that California Girls was intended to encapsulate the feel of the Drifters version of On Broadway, and on other occasions said that the shuffle beat in the song was influenced by Bach's Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring. The next day, as Wilson recalled, he and his bandmate Mike Love finished the remainder of the song. Love was not originally listed as the song's co-writer, but was awarded a credit after his successful 1990s lawsuit for songwriting credits. He said that he approached Wilson about the omission when the song was released, and that Wilson had told him that the mistake was the fault of Wilson's father, Murray, the band's publisher. In a 1988 interview, Brian blamed himself. I knew that my dad made a mistake by putting my name on there only. Session musician Carol Kay, who played on the recording, credited all the music to Wilson, with the only exception being a bass fill she invented at the end of the bridge section. Wilson and Love later disagreed over the extent of their lyrical contributions. Love said that he wrote every syllable of the song apart from I Wish They All Could Be California Girls. In his recollection, he wrote the lyrics in less than an hour while he was in the hallway of the recording studio during the session for the backing track. Wilson disputed Love's assertion. I wrote a lot of these lyrics too. It was line for line, back and forth between us. That's what happened. He said that he came up with the opening lines and subject matter, and that every other line was his or mine. Everybody loves girls, right? Everybody loves California and the sun. That's what I wanted from the song. And to mention all parts of the country, that's fun. People will like that. So, California Girls begins with an orchestral prelude and contains a similar chord sequence and call and response vocal lines as Wilson's previous song, Don't Hurt My Little Sister, from the Beach Boys Today. According to writer Maury Dean, musically, California Girls is an adventure in chromatics. Any garage band trying to follow their bizarre tidal wave of dipping and swooping chromatic major chords will have to buy the sheet music or hire Sherlock Holmes to find the missing chords. Musicologist Walter Everett identifies the use of 7/4 in the chorus to suggest the chromaticized major key with minor pentatonic inflections. Music theorist Daniel Harrison compared the song to Wilson's later God Only Knows, as both songs avoid a root position tonic and suppress a cadential drive. Don't know what any of that means. Bear with me. The refrain alternates between the 1 and the 2/7 without ever meeting the expected 5. Highlighting this, Harrison, citing an insight on the part of Everett, writes that the wish that they could all be California girls, of course, is impossible to realize. The inability of 1 and 2 to reach 5 then underscores this impossibility. Alright, I don't know what that means. I may have to edit that part. April 6, 1965, Wilson produced the backing track of California Girls, then given a working title, We Don't Know, with a host of session musicians at Western Studio in Hollywood. It required 44 takes before Wilson could deem a satisfactory performance, with the session concluding after midnight. Problems had arisen from the tempo and guitar part in the introduction, which fatigued Wilson, engineer Chuck Britt, and a dozen plus session players. Vocal overdubs followed on June 4th at Columbia Studio. Wilson recorded the Beach Boys' vocals using Columbia's new 8-track recorder, allowing Love's lead vocals to be triple-tracked and the group's vocals spread over 3 more. According to historian Keith Badman, the song still lacked the proper title, as Wilson can be heard referring it to Yeah, I Dig the Girls on the session tape. It was the first Beach Boys recording to feature vocals from Bruce Johnston, who had recently joined the group to substitute for Wilson on concert tours. As Johnston remembers, they came home from the Beach Boys tour on June 1st and they said, "Why don't you come and sing on our next album?" The first song I sang on was California Girls. At this point, I still wasn't a proper member of the group. Release. On July 5th, 1965, California Girls was released as the leading track on side 2 of the Beach Boys album Summer Days and Summer Nights. On July 12th, it was issued as a single, backed with Let 'Em Run Wild, debuted on the Billboard Top 40 chart at number 28, and at the end of August peaked at number 3, just below The Beatles' Help and Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone. In the UK, the single was released in August. In September, it peaked at number 28 in the Netherlands. In October, it peaked at number 26 in the UK, number 30 in Germany, and number 6 in Sweden. Cashbox described the single as an easygoing shuffle, which touts the many positive aspects of the Golden Gate State, the staffers. The Beach Boys sang the song over a pre-recorded backing track during their appearances on the television series The Andy Williams Show and Jack Benny Hour. In the latter, the group were featured in a humorous sketch with host Jack Benny and comedian Bob Hope, who act as old surfers that are struggling to understand the sport's slang terms. Alright, California Girls is among the Beach Boys' most commercially successful songs globally. It has been performed thousands of times in concert and as the band's opening number. Carlin called the orchestral introduction as spare and stirring as anything by Aaron Copland. Dylan referred to the passage as one of pop music's great intros, and Brian's proclamation to the rest of the music biz was that he was a composer to be taken seriously. Let me say that again. 2010, Beach Boys recording was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame for its lasting qualitative and historical significance. In 2011, Rolling Stone magazine ranked it number 72 on the 500 greatest songs of all time. where it was described as tougher than earlier Beach Boys hits with tightly wound harmonies and an aggressive lead vocal. As of 2021, it was listed as the 815th highest rated song of all time on Acclaimed Music. And of course, here it's number 881 on my list of 1,000 favorites. What else we got? We have the David Lee Roth version, the remake that he put out from the LP Crazy from the Heat, the EP, 1985, got to number 3. So it equaled the success of the Beach Boys. Now, in terms of personnel, this is fun. I like this. All right, first we have the Beach Boys themselves. Al Jardine, harmony and backing vocals. Mike Love, lead and bass vocals. Brian Wilson, harmony and backing vocals. Carl Wilson, harmony and backing vocals and 12-string guitar. Dennis Wilson, harmony and backing vocals. And then a guest, Bruce Johnston, who was about to become a permanent part of the group, harmony and backing vocals. Then we have the Wrecking Crew, probably the greatest bunch of musicians all together in one place. They were just amazing. They played on everybody's records, 60s into the early 70s. Huge percentage of all the hits featured most of these people playing, or some of them, or all of them. So just to give you an idea, you have Hal Blaine on drums. Hal Blaine played on 7 consecutive Grammy winners for Record of the Year, starting with, I think, 1967's Up and Away, through Mrs. Robinson, Aquarius Let the Sun Shine In, Bridge Over Troubled Water. He played on It's Too Late by Carole King, and he played on Roberta Flack's First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. He played on all those songs, played drums. Imagine that. All right, Frank Cappa on vibraphone, Roy Caton on trumpet, Jerry Cole on 12-string guitar, Al DeLore on Hammond organ. He played on a lot of songs. Steve Douglas on the tenor sax, Jay Migliore on baritone sax, Jack Nimitz on the bass saxophone, Carol Kay, a bass guitarist, played on a million songs, Lyle Ritz on upright bass, Howard Roberts on electric guitar. Here's the name, Leon Russell on piano. You know who that is, Leon Russell. He had some hits of his own. He had Tightrope, and he had Lady Blue, and he played with Joe Cocker's group, and he played on so many sessions. He wrote songs for the Carpenters and some other artists. Leon Russell, big time session musician, and a hit maker in his own right. Then we have Billy Strange on the tambourine. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, but he was part of this bunch, certainly. Yeah, he was in the Wrecking Crew, steady part of them. All right, enough about that. Let's get to chart performance. As I mentioned, it hit number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1965, the Beach Boys version. Hit number 1 in South Africa, number 2 in Canada. Let's see, in terms of a year-end chart, it ranked number 16 for the year in South Africa in 1965, number 49 for the year in the U.S. on Billboard. All right, so it's a mouthful. There's a lot of info. Actually skipped some other things that I thought weren't that interesting. But here we are, the song facts of California Girls by the Beach Boys. Song number 881 on my list. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's going to be a link to music video in the description. I hope you share the video. I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can see the little red circle. You can hit on that, or even at the end as this video ends, you'll see at the very end we'll get a circle. Just click on that. That's the way you subscribe, and then there'll be a suggested video for you to watch after this. I hope you watch them too. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I wish all of you peace.